dark ladies, penguins, just happen to be watchers of this program. My name is Envy Adams, and you can't bitch slap a camera. Trust me, Jimmy has tried. So, thank you guys for those of you guys that are new to the channel. I am Jimmy's twin sister, Envy Adams, and because this show is about twins, I asked Jimmy, could I do a couple reviews on the Deuce? And, you know, she did quite a few reviews last week, so she said, you know what, sis, go for it. So I'm here. Let's get into the program. What I do need to tell you guys, for the new watchers here, Jimmy likes to inform you guys that me and her both do stream of consciousness. So though we have notes, this is less of a recap and more of an overall thought. Some things lead to other things. Now what I will say about this episode was a lot of setup for upcoming episodes. And there was a lot going on, but not a lot of interesting things going on. But let's get through this. This bitch, you know, she borrowed my glass to do some Sabrina shit because it's about witches. So she wanted to use my black glass that she bought me. And then she didn't even wash it. And then the bitch didn't even get me any Pinot Noir. Yes, bitch, I'm talking about you. Why don't you go watch football or something, or whatever it is that you fucking do when I'm reviewing. Anyway. So we start off with a callback from last season, where we see this fresh young girl straight off the train or bus or whatever, coming into New York City, and Larry Brown is there trying to give her the spiel. You know, I know what your dream is. Your dream is to be in movies. I can give you direction. I have contacts. She's like, that's exactly what I need is directions. Hold on. And she pulls out a paper. Here, you thought you was about to go into your gorilla pimping bullshit and trick this girl into tricking. Trick, you sound like a bitch. Because this girl already had an ad, like, and I'm supposed to meet somebody about going to this adult film. You not doing shit, homie. I was already on my way to doing that anyway. If anything was the theme of this episode, I would say the changing times, the pimp is no longer needed. And as we got Fig from Orange is the New Black, Kiki here, as an agent, explaining like, you know, the world is changing, the pimp is in over her head. Being an agent and being a pimp is not the same thing. The only thing he is going to do is drag you down with him. Well, I don't know if any of you guys ever seen the movie Lovelace, about the star of Deep Throat, starring Amanda Seyfried. And that's basically what happened to her. She was the biggest porn star in the world, and then all of a sudden, she wasn't. But something that Lori brings up. These girls are actually just deciding to do porn. They've never hooked. Nobody is forcing them into it. Like, they sat down and had a career plan and said, I decided to do porn. Well, this is after Deep Throat dropped, remember? So now porn is chic. Porn is not looked at as this bad thing right now in the 70s. It's a way that you can get on. We also see the gay guy talking to Paul, saying he has an audition for a real job. Whereas before, you know, he was doing porn to make bills eat, but he had went to Juilliard in college to act. These are not people. There was a lot of role reversal. There was some other things. We did get to talk about male hustlers, which are basically hookers on the street. But they're men doing gay shit. You know, we got into that a little bit. Just everything that we know from season 1, the flip of the script is apparent. Welcome to the new age. It's the new age. But, that opening scene was hilarious. They're going to exploit you. Well, what the fuck was you about to do, Larry Brown? Speaking of Larry Brown, I had a prediction last season. I'm sorry. No, I'm not taking credit for your prediction. Shut up! God damn it, Jimmy. If you ain't doing the review, sit over there some fucking where. I swear I wish this bitch would... We beefing. Anyway, Jimmy had a prediction that Cece was going to go into porn because he couldn't stand not being the center of attention. Turns out Jimmy was wrong. And it was actually Larry Brown that talks to Candy about going into porn. Okay. Once he realizes, see, Larry Brown ain't as dumb as what y'all think Larry Brown is. Something else I want to talk about is, you notice the first thing he said to the girl was like, education is overrated. I'm telling y'all, I bet y'all Larry Brown, I know you said it last week, I don't think Larry Brown can read. They make his character say too much about stuff about how education and shit is whack. I just don't believe he can read. I think eventually that has to come out. Maybe once doing porn and he has to do contracts and stuff, maybe that's when he gets to it. So they're explaining to the girls about the plexiglass system. You have one girl that walks out immediately. I signed up for show, not tell. I'm not a prostitute. I don't want to be touched. And then we see the pitfalls of that when we have another girl. The guy tries to grab her and scratches her. She shuts the window on him. His arm gets stuck. The window doesn't go back up. Yeah, that never sounded like a great plan to me, but... You know, Frankie. One twin always got to be the fuck up. Oh, you think I'm the one that's the fuck? Bitch. This bitch really don't think she the fuck up. Seriously? Anyway. Again, they did address Harvey losing weight, where they came and snuck. He had french fries. I did have a viewer. I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but I'll try to post this up. That let me know the actor David Krumholtz actually did lose weight because he was battling with pancreatic cancer. And he's okay now, but he did end up losing a lot of weight. So, Jimmy said this last week, was that related to the story, or did he lose so much weight that they had no choice but to address it? It seems like it's the latter. But I'm glad he's in good health now, and that he's in remission, so that's great. Candy wants to make something bigger. Why are we making these fuck films that people don't even stick around for? Again, this is post Deep Throat. She wants to do better. She wants to do something bigger. It needs to be stories. And they start talking about how all these porns are based on classic literature. You may want to go watch Jimmy's Sierra Burgess review. But apparently now, you know, we have people like the Cinema Snob. Shout outs to Brad Jones. Shout outs to Laura Jones, because she actually contacted me when I was talking about Brad one day, and she actually commented on my video. But anyway, Jimmy's video. Damn! Are we not sharing the fucking channel? God damn it. They're so sensitive. Anyway, so we see now, like, the porn parody is like, ha, it's funny. But initially, they weren't porn parodies. They were retellings. This was a way to be able to tell a story, but still make it sexy and still make it porn. So now apparently they're going to do Little Red Riding Hood. And speaking of, oh, hi, old boy from True Blood. I said, well, see, I'm seeing people from some of my favorite shows. That was my boy Hulk. That was his name in True Blood. I was like, go ahead, Hulk. Go ahead, Warden Fig. Yeah, get the fuck out of Orange is the New Black, because that's a sinking ship, honey. Get out of there. Jimmi also reviewed that. Y'all might want to take a look at that. The last season of Orange is the New Black. But anyway, I want to talk about old girl. I never forget her name because Jimmi hated her last season. I didn't hate her, but I thought she was pointless. In this season, I still think she's pointless. But we obviously see her flirting with the guy that was playing Pynk last week. And you can just see Vincent is just getting salty. And now it's going to fuck with your business because you keep like taking off and pulling her just so that she don't hook up with that man. But if I recall last year, and you guys please comment and let me know if I'm wrong, didn't they have an open relationship where they was allowed to fuck other people? Wasn't that part of their arrangement? But now you want to cuff? Come on, Vincent. Cut it out. So he puts Big Mike in charge. Jimmi, you was right. His name is Big Mike. Okay, so, how Frankie found out the girl was screaming and shit because he was back there stealing money again. You run into a storyline about gay bashing. Paul is not getting the protection he is paying for from Paul's mafia organization. So, you know, he got another one trying to muscle in. And if you remember last episode, with him trying to make the bigger, more sophisticated bar, he didn't want to deal with the mafia. Like, yeah, I know I can go to Vince and go to these people and get more money. I don't really want to be involved with them no more than we already are. Well, now it's a problem because they're really not doing for you what they're supposed to be doing. Probably because you're gay and you got to pay them the money anyway because they're the mafia. But now you got somebody else muscling in. Like, I own these other 2 gay bars. You don't see no shit happening there. You might want to rethink that situation. And let's be honest. I personally think that man is behind that to muscle in on Rudy's shit and get some more money on that block. That's what I think. Something that Jimmi discussed last week. We talked about it. The throwing in 70s shit just to throw in 70s shit. Now, I understand that my haircut looks like fucking Andy Warhol in reverse. That don't mean I wanted to see a cameo of Andy Warhol walking through the fucking 360. Oh my God, do you know who that is? Cut it out. Cut it out. Because 70s New York. Cut it out. That was unnecessary to the plot. It was unnecessary. It was really unnecessary. You know what? Bitch, you just ain't do nothing. I gotta drink your nasty ass Budweiser. You broke my fucking black lighter, bitch. Anyway, shut up. But then we see Candy go to this set with this director. Now she's like, yeah, now I do slasher flicks. They let me do other stuff. Candy's like, but it ain't fuck films. Harvey invited her to the set and was like, I would give you a C. This is what you need to do. And it's nice to see that there are other female directors and that Candy has somebody as a female director that can give her some pointers. I thought that was nice. This baby shower, I was like, who pregnant? Well, it was one of the whores. So I was like, oh, that's classy. Let's just have a baby shower in a bar. But then we seen it, and all the pimps are outside. Visually, this episode was pleasing. But emotionally, and what I watched, it didn't strike my emotions no kind of way. And I'm already fucking emotionless. So if you don't move me, okay, honestly, it's not that rare if you don't move me. But the reason why I wanted to do the review is because I wanted to be moved and I wasn't. Any other way. I'm not even going to talk about the whole Coney Island thing and all of that because we said what we had to do. Vince was cock blocking. Next topic. Zach Morris, time out. I want to have a talk about the brother-in-law. Because I am really confused. So, your boss, essentially, how you got the job, essentially, and his brother, who also does all of this and works with all of this too, is married to your sister. You fucking prostitutes, that's okay. But now you go home, you have a drink, we hear a baby crying. I said, oh, him and the wife had another baby. Him and the wife ain't had shit. The hooker from last season got knocked up and now you paying for her somewhere to live and taking care of the household too? I mean, kudos, because if you're going to have a side bitch, take care of the side bitch too. Or else why did you fucking have her and want her to be faithful to you? And why did you stop her from hooking if you wasn't going to be the one to take care of her? So kudos to you. You're a stupid bitch, you know that? I know. I love you. Proud of you for getting out of that bullshit. But anyway. But your brothers is cool with this? And from my understanding from the brother-in-law's last name, I'm sorry I didn't write it down, you don't seem to be Italian. So these Italian-ass brothers is just letting you do this shit to your sister? And I could say, maybe that was the thing. Man's rule, you do what you do. You just don't hurt my fucking sister, you take care of my sister. Maybe that's the thing. But do these motherfuckers know he running a whole nother motherfucking household like he goddamn Bill Paxton on Big Love? Rest in peace. And y'all cool with this? Now the motherfucker is in there trying to hit on another hooker. And the reason why I said this needs to be a Zach Morris timeout is because what's wrong with him that he keeps wanting to actually be with these hookers beyond sex and actually just like be falling in love with them? And I think it's because you want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. You have become emasculated somewhere. And you feel like there's a woman somewhere that just absolutely fucking needs you. There is. It's your wife. But maybe because of her brothers, her family, maybe you never felt like you was the man. Maybe because you're not Italian, maybe they made you feel bad. Maybe they felt like, well, I mean, that's your husband, but I mean, you ain't get a real man. I don't know. But I would really like to know if Vince and Frankie know that you got this whole other baby in this whole other household. Because I personally think if they do know, they would beat your ass. Now, they might not fire you because you got to take care of that sister. But then again, I'm not down with this storyline. And I need further motherfucking information on what the fuck is going on with that. Time back in. Now for the moment of the episode that was the only thing worth motherfucking watching this episode for. Because this episode was not good. Sorry about it. Hopefully it's just a lot of hopefully they just put a lot of setup into the season and these are points that we needed to know going forward because the episode was not fucking good. So here's Vince again trying to cock block with an old girl that I don't care for. She gets a phone call. She starts smiling out. Be right there. Because he trying to take her out to dinner because he know she's supposed to meet with that man sometime that day. So he keep trying to throw shit out there to cock block so she can't go meet that man. Something came up. Vince's face is puzzled. I thought for sure too. She had breezed out to go meet old boy. Here she walks into this meeting. They're talking about how terrible the porn business is. All of these things. What can we do to save these girls? And they look at the person that's talking. And it's CC's ex-bottom bitch. slow clap of the episode. The whole episode was worth it for that, because I was like, what? And I was here for that. I didn't talk about the detective and Ralph Macchio because they was in the episode for 2.5 seconds. I didn't talk about Darlene because she was in the episode for 2.5 seconds. More Darlene, please, and more Danielson. That's all I want to talk about. I got plenty more notes, but I want to wrap this up because I didn't care for the episode. Sorry about it. So thank you so much for watching. Jimmy would like for me to thank her patrons. And again, remind you to verify that your payments are going through. Patreon is going through something where they are automatically declining payments because companies think it's fraud because they changed the name of what is pulling from your account. I guess they got bought by somebody or something. So please double check that. Also, if you'd like to be a patron, and we started as $1, as low as $1 a month, you can do that. If you don't have to do it every month, PayPal.me is out there. Oh wow, I do not want my sister in the nudie booth with no plexiglass to get tips. Tip this whore. Oh, shut up, I love you. Tip this whore. PayPal.me is available, and all of that is down below in the description. While you're down there, become a Pink Lady or a T-Bird, a member of the House of Grease, or as I like to call my people, Dark Ladies and Penguins, because I got fans too on this bitch. Anyway, all you have to do is subscribe. You can click Sailor Jimmy at the end of the video. But why don't I go down there and do it? And while you're doing it, hit the notification bell so that you know any of the remaining Deuce reviews, any of Jimmy's reviews, the few times that I pop up on the channel, I'm here too. You know. So hit that notification bell as well. I thank you all for watching. I gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Yo, I dog these niggas like girl's best friend, right? Ren 10, right? Haunted by my past, same shit, different mask like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? But I spotted you out like Spud McKenzie. Figured out the game like the Bloodhound game. I thought you was my friend, you broke my heart again. Well, the game done switched. If you a dog, I'm a bitch.